everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we will be talking about one of the most asked questions by most of the aspirants who prepare for the UPSC Civil Services examinations, that how do we make notes for the UPSC, right? So as we already are aware as to how competitive this particular exam is, we understand that the preparation also needs to be per that level so as we can, crack the examination. So now note making is an essential, I would say, part of the whole preparation, because you can just go on reading and studying for hours and hours and not recall anything, because obviously the content that the books contain is extreme, and even the online content to be very specific. So when you're just like revising, or when it's just like one day before the exam, you can't read the book. You can't read 2000 pages in one day and just expect yourself to grasp everything. Even if you have underlined, the most important topics, it gets very difficult, because the moment you open the book before, like one day before the exam for revision, you will feel yourself that, okay, these are the topics that I've left. Okay, you will just start having, stress, and a lot of pressure will be created on you, because the books contain a lot of information, and you will be like, okay, maybe I do not have that information at this point to be able to perform the particular exam. So I think that is the reason the notes making is very important. I know it's a very, very laborious and cumbersome process, but there's nothing that you can go away with. If you want to achieve success, then obviously you will have to put in the hard work that is required, and also pursue it in the same way in order to reach great heights. Having said that, from in terms of the tips that I would want to give you, the first and the foremost thing, do not start making the notes from the get-go. Like, for example, first when you're reading the books, just read thoroughly, get a good grasp of the concepts which are there in the book, right? So read it once properly, whatever subject or whatever chapter you're preparing, to be very specific, right? So go through the chapter once or maybe twice also if you've not understood that well. Just understand, basically. Do not shift your focus towards note making. Like, for example, you're just reading a new chapter, so from the get-go you're making notes of every para. No, that's not how it works. In order to make notes in your own language or in your own words, you have to have the knowledge, right? And you won't have that just by one reading of the para of whichever chapter you're reading, right? So have a good grasp of the concepts, and then the second time or the third time that you read the book again, then is the time you should make your notes, right? And notes should be very crisp, to the point. You are not supposed to copy, because this is something that a lot of aspirants do. You're not supposed to copy the exact same lines which are in the book to your notebook, because then what is the use? Because you're just writing another book, which is adding another sort of pressure on you to complete. That's not required. Just be very specific. Use all the digital tools you have, because nowadays you can even take notes digitally, which is, I think, amazing, because you can add color into it, you can add your own innovations, you can save it, you will not lose it as well. So that's a good way of going ahead. Other than that, if you do not want to take notes digitally, you can always highlight, you can always use color coding, right, and a lot other things in case of note making. Other than that, there are, you can make use of your graphs, your charts, and some, hierarchy, I would say road maps which are there, which will mind maps as well, which might just help you to gain a better understanding of the text that you're reading. So this is completely up to you. I think best part about note making is that it gives you a lot of creative freedom, right? So you can do whatever you want with the notes that you're making. You can maybe beautify it, or you can maybe keep it simple, right? And you can even color code according to the subjects. For example, this red particular, your red bookmark will only be for economics, and your maybe yellow bookmark will only be for history. So you can bifurcate your notes also like that, which is a very, very good idea, I personally feel. Other than that, just no matter what happens, no matter how much beautification you do, at the end of it, it's you who has to read it. So keep in mind that whatever you're writing, whatever short, crisp points that you're writing, you are able to understand that, right? Because it's for your revision, it's for your own good. You're not presenting it to someone else, and you're not even taking it to the board members. They are not going to check it. Nobody's going to check it. So it's completely up to you what you want to do with it. But make sure that you revise those notes from time to time, because if you don't do that, then the whole point of making notes becomes null and void, right? Other than that, I would like to wish all the aspirants a huge all the best for their upcoming examinations, and stay tuned for such more education content. Thank you.